Hello, welcome. I'm Candy Michael from Powell, Ohio, and I'm super happy to be here today. Thanks for joining me. I have a really cute pop-up card that I want to show you, and I'll be using some of our new Stampin' Up product. So come on over and join me. Thanks. Let me flip my little camera around here. Whoa, that's awfully close, isn't it? Okay, here we go. Hi, Dina. There we go. Didn't want to scare you if I have the camera too close. Let me scooch it in here. See if I have you guys all set up right. So I hope everybody is having an awesome day. Let me try to open up this and bring my camera up a little higher. There we go. Yay! I think I'm there. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Deb. Welcome, you guys. I'm going to scooch this over just a little bit. There we go, as I bring everything into focus. Anywho, I'm having a wonderful day, and I hope you are too. Today, I'm going to show you a fun pop-up card. The inside, of course, is the part that pops up, and we'll have a little window on the front. So our new annual catalog went live yesterday, and it's so exciting anytime we have new product. If you need a new catalog, let me know. If you don't have a demonstrator, I'd be happy to send you one. So in here, I will be showing you two different products. A card that I already have done, and I may do it depending on how much time I have live for you, but I already have one done using the cup of tea. Dina, I thought of you when I saw this set because it's super cute. And I love the whole look and the font. The font has me. And they're what's it called? The Tea Bouquet Designer Series paper is gorgeous. Very, very bright with color. The other one that I have is our Songbird, Sweet Songbirds. And I have this stamp set sitting right here. But this Sweet Songbirds is on page 31 of the annual catalog, and that other T one, I'll give you that page number in a minute, but this one is on page 31, and I know we were able to pre-order it, so you may have seen a few samples, but I'm very happy with this. It's just a happy stamp set. Happy joy, right? So let me get started. This is one of our new die sets, and oh my gosh, we had another set in the catalog that they had to retire because we were no longer able to use it. But now they brought this one out, and I believe it's called Stylus Shapes. But I am looking it up because, of course, I left the packaging across the way. And I'm not going to run across and get it. But I'm pretty sure, oh yeah, here it is. It's on page 175. It's called Stylus Shapes. And this is what it actually looks like. I know the picture doesn't show it, but it has stitched all the way around it when it die cuts out. So we are going to use this square that's missing. It's the second largest one, and I can give you the measurement on that. But yay, it's super exciting. I will also be using our rectangle dies, and I do have a ruler next to me. I was going to wait and put all the measurements online, but I think I may have them all, and I'll shout them out. But afterwards, I will post this on my candystampers.com site, and I do have a host code for May, so order away, and I'll be sending you out some free embellishments as a thank you for ordering from me. All right, let's get started. So the first thing I did was I grabbed a piece of our, I'm going to make it first and then show you. So it'll be a really big surprise. So I grabbed a piece of our white thick cardstock, and it's 8.5 by 11. So I cut it in half. So I got two pieces out of it. And then what I did was I have all my pieces here, but I didn't want to bring the big die cut machine over. So anyway, so I went ahead and I cut it at 5.5 by 8.5, and then I scored it at 4 1/4. I then took one of the squares, and I'll tell you that measurement in a second, and I cut out a window out of the front. You can do any shape, you can do any size square that you want. This is just what I chose. You might be able to find something to do with this cool piece when you're done. I did not use it on the card, but I didn't throw it away either. So if you ever happen to look in my drawers, I actually have scrap drawers, and they're full of fun pieces like that I just know one day I'm going to have to use them, right? So this piece, this die, I should say, is on the inside there. It measures about 2 1/8. So it's a square, but again, it has that cool stitch shape on there. All right, so now that we have that, this is the thicker cardstock. You can use the regular one, but I'll tell you, for the base of my cards, I do like using the thick cardstock. I find that my cards just stand up better, and sometimes I do use the regular one. Definitely for layering, I use the regular ones because I don't want my whole card to be too thick. So here's what I have, right? Super simple. So on the inside, what I want to do is I want to make this pop up. So I cut a piece that is 5 1/4 by 3 and 5 1/4 by 3, and then I scored it at 3/4, 1 1/2, and 4 1/2. Can you see that okay? Scored at 3/4, 1 1/2, and 4 1/2. This is all going to fold around. So here is my piece. So it's going to simply fold. And I am using my bone folder because I want to make sure that that comes out with a nice crease on it. So just go ahead and you're going to fold all of your score lines. And now one side has this nice fold and this side has a little extra tuck. This is going to get glued down. This piece will get the tape and this piece will get the tape. Hi, Cindy. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to use our tearable tape because it is awesome tape that you can tear. And it's actually called tear and tape, but I love to call it tearable, as in I can tear it. Haha. Little humor there, right? So I just need a strip on both sides. Hello, Ida. Cindy, it's so nice to see you're here. Well, all of you, actually. Cindy used to help me here, and I haven't seen her for a long time, so it's always wonderful to see some fun faces, well, names of some of my old friends that I haven't seen for a long time. So all of you are very welcome to be here, of course. I enjoy it. Okay, so let me move the Sweet Songbird stamp set out of the way. By the way, this is a bundle, and you'll see me using it here in a second. And it does come with a punch. Stamps are photopolymer, and the punch is just a fun little easy way to stamp out and punch out our little songbird. Okay, so now that I have this, I need to take the tape off. It's so much easier to take it off with our pokey tool or take a pick tool. And again, this side is going to be the side that is going to go on the left, okay? So follow me here. And it just has to be somewhat in the middle. It doesn't really matter at this point, but that is sticky, so I want to make sure that's on there. This piece I did pull off, so I want to carefully just fold that and make sure that that's on there okay. Now this, we just want to fold it back and then close the card. And now that's your pop-up mechanism. I did see this done on a video, and it's been so long. I had all the pieces cut, and I thought, well, I'm just going to give it a whirl. So I don't know where it originated from, but it's really cool. So it pops up like that, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I took a rectangle die, and this one is also one of our stitch dies, and this is 2 7/8 on the inside here by about 4 1/4. Just so you have the measurement, you can use any size. But this piece is going to eventually get glued on here, and it's going to be on the inside. So you do need to have it so that it will cover that pop-up piece right here. So it's about the same width. I am going to, when I do glue it down, I am going to glue it above the window because I don't want that showing through like that, okay? So I had played with this earlier and I had used the tear tape here, but I found that when I put this on, I didn't have any wiggle room. So for this demonstration, I'm going to use my awesome Tombow Mono Liquid Glue because my card can slide just a little bit and it doesn't have to be perfect. When I use that tear tape, I know that's where I'm putting it down. But for this one, I needed it to just move just a little bit in case I had to slide it. Okay, and this is what I mean. So when I close that, it's going to be right where I want it. Okay, so now there's my panel. You can cut that bigger if you want. It won't show on the outside, but I don't need it any bigger than that. So I cut the smaller one for the inside. And even just a piece without the die machine would work. Okay, so now we have that done. I'm going to set this aside for just a moment while I get my Stampin' going. So I have a piece of soft suede cardstock. I'm going to use my early espresso ink. And this is just such a cool, dark color. So let me go ahead and ink this up. Again, these are our photopolymer stamps. They're clear. When you are inking your stamps, you do not want to smash them. You just literally want to tap them. When you smash them, you get a lot of ink in a lot of places that you probably don't want it. But look how pretty. Now this piece is not in the punch. I will be using this again in a minute, that espresso ink. This shape, I should say, is not in the punch. So I will be fussy cutting, which means I will hand cut out this little piece. So very simply, just cutting around the shape. No big deal. Dina, you know how much I don't like to fussy cut. But, you know, if it's something small like this, I'm not going to complain because nobody wants to hear that. And it's really not a big deal. I know some people, like Dina, like to fussy cut. And I'm just giving her a bad time because she's on there. But I know a lot of people like to do that because they find it kind of therapeutic. I personally don't. But that's okay. That's me. I think I just don't have the patience. All right. So I have my little nest die cut or hand cut out. Now we need a bird. We need a little songbird. So I have all my scraps over here. I have to reach in front of you guys. I need a little songbird, and I chose to do it in the Daffodil Delight. This is one of our old ink pads, and I've just not replaced it. So, hey, it still works. And I've been putting my money in other fun stuff, so why not? So let me go ahead and ink this up. And I'm holding on to that stamp because the photopolymer stamps are very sticky. So I'm just going to hold on to that ink pad. All right, now when I go to punch this, I know I've done a few of them. I'm going to kind of tip my bird up and just give it a nice... I gave it a nice inking, and now I want to punch this out. Let me punch this before I stamp the wing. So the punch, sometimes I like to kind of look at the back and see what and where I need to put this. So I know because I had made a bunch of cards for a swap earlier, and I had been punching quite a few of these, so I knew I wanted it down on that bottom left. Of course, you can put it anywhere. And then I'm going to line that up and punch away. It's kind of like confetti. And if you like that, you could put it somewhere. And when somebody opens their card, they're going to go, oh, look, confetti. Okay, so here's the little birdie. Now I need the wing. And you're going to see here the position of the wing. So I want to make sure that when I stamp it, it'll be an easy way for me to go in and punch that. Once you start playing with these things, you'll figure them out. And I know our punches sometimes are like a little bit of a puzzle, so makes it fun. Definitely makes it fun. So I just know it needs to go like that. Yay. So I don't need that scrap, and I can punch this. And there we go. More confetti. There's that. All right, now we have that done. Check this out. We are going to assemble this fun card, and I think you guys are going to love it. This one is really easy, and I did another one that was a lot, that had a lot more pieces to it. So it's not hard. It just took me more time. But let me show you what I did here. So we want to make sure we don't glue this onto here so it doesn't open, right? So I'm going to just pop this nest up, but with the little tiny dimensionals. Sorry, I lost my mind for a moment. And I'm going to put those down closely to the bottom and take the little paper off. So this I want to put in the center, and I'm hoping that these dimensional sticky parts are not showing through. Yay! Okay, because I don't want them up here because then they'll stick and they'll shut my or glue my card shut. So I wanted it to be underneath there, and I got it. Yay. Okay, this little dude, I am going to put a dimensional, and now I'm going to use the other ones I used were the minis. You can use the minis, but I'm going to use the big one for the wing. And this little wing can kind of go about there. And then on the back, oh, before I finish that, before I put the dimensionals on, he needs some eyes so that he can see here. So the stamps that they have in here are adorable. They have two little dots, or they have the two little closed eyes. And I just think those are super cute. So I've been using the little closed ones because it looks like it's going and just super happy. The other ones look like maybe it's very much awake. Oh, let me clean that off. I got too much ink. So again, because this is so small, you want to be very careful and just tap, tap, tap. And hope. Yes, got it. Got it. Okay. I'm going to leave that open because I'll be using that again. So now I can put my dimensionals on the back. I like to keep that surface flat before I put anything on it and stamp, because then it would be kind of a bumpy road for my ink and my stamp. So I decided on here it would be fun to pop this up. Now, many of the samples I've seen, they've put the bird on the outside. Of course, this one I couldn't because it wouldn't open correctly. But this is like super cute. And I may have to move its wing. We'll see. But I'm going to kind of tuck it in the basket. Look at this. When it pops up, isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, it's so adorable. So the next thing I'm going to do is add some little words here and the little notes. You guys, this card is super, super easy. I decided because I used the brown, I wasn't going to go back and use like black or anything. So I'm just keeping it with the brown and the daffodil. So I'm going to put some little notes up here. Hello, Akimi. Welcome, welcome. And now I have some words. And this one is not the right one. This one is a little note of thanks. Isn't that cute? Isn't that sweet? So I decided this would be really cute. And let's see if I'm straight. Right about here. Yay! A little note of thanks as my little songbird is singing away. And you guys, that is how simple it is. Look at how cute, and it just pops up. There's so many different things that you can do with this. Now, I'm going to show you the teacup one, and because that didn't take me too long, I'll make it with you. But look, here's the one that I had originally made. So it's exactly the same. Although this one came out a little darker, but super cute. And I didn't put any words because you can just write right there. You can write whatever it is you want to write. But super easy, super fun. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so the next one I did, I wanted to use our teacup set. It's called Cup of Tea. And this one was also on our pre-order. I had hoped to have a lot of the other products in, but we couldn't order until yesterday. And it's very expensive to overnight stuff. And I said, you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm just going to order it. And then when it comes, it comes. And then I'll show you guys some other stuff next week or the week after. But anyway, this is our Cup of Tea stamp set. And it does have these really cute dies with it. Love these. So I didn't do as much die cutting. Well, yes, I did, but I did a lot of it beforehand. So here's this card. I did not use any of the sentiments on the outside. I was going to use one for the inside, but I ended up just doing this very, very simply. And you guys look through your stamps. If you don't have this one and you want to use it, oh my gosh, it's so cute. I realized I didn't put the little detail of the embellishments on there. And I think they're right here so I can grab them. Please, please, please. Yes. So let me walk you through this card and then I'll put the embellishments on my flowers. I forgot to do that. All right, so here we go. Our little paper is the tea bouquet. Tea boutique. Sorry, tried to read it too quickly. And this paper is full of color and colors. Oh my gosh, what am I doing trying to read that? I'm trying to read the back. It has just a huge array of colors, but it's very bright and just extremely happy paper. I call it happy paper because it just makes you smile. Look at that. And if you're a big tea lover, it's pretty cool. All right. So what I did was I used some of our new in colors, and that would be the Tahitian Tide, the Sweet Sorbet, and the Parakeet Party. So the Tahitian Tide is what my teacup was stamped with. And I'm just going to ink that up. Nothing like a brand new ink pad. Yes, makes me very happy. So we'll stamp that. And then I will die cut that out in a minute. Next, I have, let me set this aside. I have my Parakeet Party. That is going to be for the little stems behind, and I'll show you how I did that. And then I did some of the lemons in our daffodil, which the lemons and the flowers and my little, oopsie, my little tea tag I've already stamped and die cut. The only one that I forgot to do is the cup. So I'm going to do that right here because then I can show you how I did this card. I think you're going to like it. And I did it using the designer paper, and I just stamped directly on it. It was one of these pieces. I just stamped directly on it to get that texture in there. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right. So we have our, trying to see where I put the rest of my cardstock. I have our teacup. And one thing, well, I'll tell you that when I get there in a second. So let me see where my paper is, because I had cut it out. Oh, Candy. I'm not sure where I put it. That's one thing that drives me crazy, is not being ready, and I just thought I had it all together. So let me just cut this out. When I put this on here, you can use, some people like to use a little bit of like the masking tape that's not really strong, or a washi tape. I'm hopeful that our magnetic plate is coming in soon and we can start using that as well. That would be awesome. Okay. Oh, Lord. Yay. Got it. Okay, so now I have this piece, and I'm actually going to use this one because I don't have another one cut. It'll be super simple. You can use your mono glue as well on this piece, but I found it to be just as easy to use the tearable tape, as Candy calls it. So I'm using the piece that I had for my measurements for you. We have to be resourceful, right? And that means I don't have my rectangle die cut out, but it's all going to come together. I promise you. Okay, so here's this and this. And I do try to pride myself on having this all done for you so you don't have any lag time. Otherwise, I have to sit and talk. And you're probably all thinking, so when will she be done? Oh, come on. Oh, you gotta have muscles with this one. There we go. Now I have my rectangle piece all cut too. All right, let's glue this on. And I really fell in love with this teacup. I wasn't actually going to get it. I will tell you, I was not going to get it. And then somebody showed me the paper and I said, you know what, that is just so cute. Okay, so I have this piece glued on. Now I'm going to tuck this down and kind of hold it up here and then kind of follow it down and then press it, because you want to make sure that it's going to pop up evenly, which it did. Yay. Now we're going to go ahead, and before I glue this on, I want to do my stamping, but I just want to show you that that's the piece that's going to lay on there. All right, so here's a fun little tip. If you are using this monoliquid glue, it actually is a dual-sided glue. A lot of people don't realize that it has the second side to it. So if you find that you're using this and it comes out too clumpy, I do like to use this side because you can squeeze some out, but then put it down and put it on there very thinly. So I am doing that because if I let this dry for a quick second, it becomes like one of those sticky notes that we use. And it makes it really easy when you're trying to position everything on a card like this. And so I'm going to just let that dry for a quick second. Let me put it over here. And then this will give me my measurement with my green Parakeet Party ink and my little bit of a sprig. I'll call it a little sprig. So on this card, I'm going to take this, and again, I'm just going to line it up. On this one, I need to have a better idea as to where it's going to sit. So I can just mark a line, and then I can go back later and erase it. So that'll give me an idea of where it goes on the bottom. Okay. Now, when I go to put this on, this is actually dried enough that I'm going to just kind of butt this up here. And let's see if that's going to fit back in here when I go to lay it all out. And it's not where I would want it to be. So I would take this, put my paper back in, my white piece of cardstock, and then I can lay this down And now I'm going to have a visual as to where my greenery needs to be. So this stamp is pretty long this way, and it will show, because I can't go all the way up because it won't show through my window. So I just did on here, I just did partial because I didn't want it sticking out all over the sides. So this is crooked. I want to straighten that out. But I'm going to just ink part of this, and I've already eyeballed where I want it. And so this little curve in here is my line. If you're looking at these stamps, it would make more sense unless you can see what I'm talking about. But I just want to ink part of it up. I don't want to get all the other side pieces. So now that I have that, oops, I can take this piece and kind of line it up. And hold my breath. In hopes that this works. It worked earlier, so we'll see. But if not, you have my idea of what I'm trying to do. So this should fit like that with my little sticky on the back. And then when I glue it down, it should all fit in there. And it will, because I can move my cup over just a little bit when I go to do that. All right, so we are on where I need to be. Now I just need to erase these lines. And you want to make sure your eraser's clean. I did that one time on a card and my eraser was all yucky. Okay, so here we go. Now what I can do is I'm going to leave this on here because I just want to make sure that when I glue this down, it's going to be so everything will show through that window. So this will be up about here, right about there, and then I can pull this down just a smidge. As long as my cup fits, that's what I'm worried about. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to put my glue. Again, I'm using this instead of the tear tape because this will slide around a little bit. And then I can position my cup permanently. So let's put this like this. Do you guys like pop-ups? I love like fun folds, pop-ups, all of those. I just think they're so cool. So I want to make sure that my piece down there is straight. So it's straight there. And I can pull it up just a smidge. There we go. And I can pull that off and flatten that out. So my pop-up is looking good. It's all going to go like that. Now I can put the permanent glue on here because it's where we want it. And I can come right through the window and then cover that up. Even if I cover a little bit, it won't matter. Yay! That's what I wanted. Okay. So I can come this way just a little smidge. There we go. All right. So I did die cut out, like I said, I had die cut out these little pieces so that I would have them all ready for you. So let me go ahead and get these glued on. This, my little lemons, I'm going to put so that they hang off the edge. So I need to be really careful that I don't put too much glue because I don't want it gluing here and gluing down my card and gluing it shut. So I'm simply going to watch where I put that glue. Oh, that's a lot of glue. I don't want that much. There we go. And I want it to kind of come over that corner a little bit. We'll go up like that. And then this one, here, I'll pull this piece over so you can see it. And then I have another one staggered behind it. And I just need a little bit of glue like that on there. You can put more if you want. Oops, that should have actually gone underneath. Well, let's just make it go underneath. I say. Okay. I have to do surgery. Well, maybe it won't because I really glued that down. I got it. That is a determined Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that is going to make this work. There we go. Look at that. And then I have a glue eraser. I can always take some off. The reason I did that was because this little guy has to go underneath there too. Like that. So I'm going to get that in there before that all dries. And then I have this one. Put this in. Oh, that looks, let's see. Right about there. So, you know, just stack them, make it work. So on here, I used a glue dot. Hoping it's right in front of me. I know it is. Aha. I did use a glue dot on the back here. And I cut a little piece of string. Not string, ribbon. This is our new Tahitian tied ribbon. Very metallic-y. And it's very, very pretty. So I'm just going to chop a piece off of there. And I put a glue dot on the back. Just going to put a little bit of this in there. Add a little more glue because I know that's drying quickly. And then I can tuck that back in my corner. Oops. No, I can't. I wanted to put my my little stapler. There we go. It's funny when I'm lost for words because most of you that know me, I'm never lost for words, right? So now I can cut this ribbon down. I'm just going to let that stick up there for a second. I did add a glue dot. I'm going to use my tool to grab that glue dot and just kind of roll it up. And then I can put it under the ribbon and tack that down. So now I have tacky ribbon. But that'll keep that up at the top where I want it. Yay, it's all coming together. So now I just have some flowers. I want to pop one up on the little teacup. It just needed a little more color. And so I wanted to pop one there. And then this one was tricky. I am going to use a glue dot on this because I found it just worked better. And so I'm going to put it off to like the side a little bit. And then I can put this down here. Not cover up my words. And they say that 3 is the way to go, like lots of 3. So, oops, this one I didn't use a glue dot. I actually used a dimensional on this, one of our little mini dimensionals. So I'm going to put that on there. And what do you think? I hope you guys decide to make these because they're super cute. And it's nice with that frame because you can have things pop up. I could have probably even put one up there. So now the only thing we need are our little classic matte dots. And this is going to just tie it all together. So with our little tool, I am going to use the tiny white. Oh my gosh. The flowers needed a center and it just looks so cute. Super cute. I have this started on my website, candystampers.com. So I will have the measurements. I just have to finalize all the pictures and the download this video, and it'll all be on my post, I hope later tonight. Sometimes it depends on how long these take to download. Sometimes they're slow, sometimes they're quick. And one more little, yay! I'm looking at my table and it is a disaster. Like everything's moved and don't mind me. So I hope you love these cards. I am doing a huge stamp sale if you're local over here in Powell on Saturday at 11 o'clock. I have it. I can send you an email about that. It's 11 o'clock at 4040 Presidential Drive here in Powell, Ohio. I have a ton of retired product from some from several years back. And I have a lot of designer paper and a lot of just different things. And so if you can come, please come join me. And it's a BOGO sale. So you'll pay the prices that are on there, but then you'll get a voucher or certificate to get new product out of the new annual catalog. So that is the best part to the whole thing. So it's a BOGO sale. Come join me if you're local. I hope to see you. And thank you so much. Next week, I'll be here on May 11th for some more 411 stamping fun. Thanks again, you guys. I hope you love this fun pop-up cards. Thanks. Have a great evening and a wonderful weekend. See you next week. Bye-bye.